Hello my friends. I am MoneyTree AI's partner and I have another video that will add to your basic knowledge of finance so that you and your family can learn how to grow your very own money tree and achieve financial freedom. In today's video, I am going to go over what interest is. I'm also going to go over simple interest versus compound interest. Then finish with the rule of 72 and the power of it. Before I get started, if you haven't already done so, please click the like button and hit the bell for notifications. Let's go. What is interest? Interest is the fee charged for borrowing money or the reward received for using money. It is often represented as a percentage of the principal, which is the amount borrowed or invested. When someone takes out a loan, they normally agree to repay the money over a predetermined length of time, plus interest. The length of the loan, the borrower's creditworthiness, and current market rates are some of the variables that affect the interest rate. When someone invests money, they have the potential to make interest on it. The rate of return provided by the investment instrument, such as a savings account or bond, is often the basis for the interest collected. A portion of the investment is used to pay the investor's interest. Why is interest important when investing? Interest is important in investing because it represents the potential return on an investment over time. When you invest money, you expect to earn a return on that investment, which is typically expressed as a percentage of the amount invested. This return can come in the form of interest, dividends, or capital gains. By earning interest on your investments, you can grow your wealth over time, allowing you to achieve your financial goals and build a more secure future. Additionally, interest can help to offset the effects of inflation, which can erode the value of your money over time. Interest rates also play a significant role in the economy as a whole, influencing consumer spending, business investment, and overall economic growth. For this reason, interest rates are closely monitored by policymakers and investors alike. Overall, interest is a key component of investing and has the potential to generate significant returns over time, making it an important consideration for any investor. What is the difference between simple interest versus daily compound interest? Interest and daily compound interest are two different ways of calculating interest on a loan or investment. Simple interest is calculated on the initial principal amount of the loan or investment, and it does not change over time. For example, if you have a $1,000 loan with a 5% simple interest rate for 1 year, you will pay back $1,050 at the end of the year. You simply multiply $1,000 times 5% to get $50. You paid $50 in interest on that original $1,000 loan. On the other hand, daily compound interest is calculated on the initial principal amount plus any accrued interest that has been added to the principal. This means that the interest earned each day is added to the principal, and the next day's interest is calculated on the new, higher principal amount. You are, in essence, paying interest on top of interest. This continues until the end of the loan or investment term. Using the same example of a $1,000 loan with a 5% daily compound interest rate for 1 year, the interest earned each day would be calculated on the previous day's principal plus interest. So, the first day's interest would be $1,000 times 5% divided by 365 days, which equals $0.137. This would be added to the principal, making the new principal $1,000.137. The second day's interest would be calculated on this new principal, and so on. At the end of the year, the total amount owed would be $1,051.27. In summary, simple interest is calculated on the initial principal amount only, while daily compound interest is calculated on the initial principal plus any accrued interest. Daily compound interest can result in higher earnings or higher costs, depending on the circumstances. Now, let's dive into the rule of 72. What is the rule of 72? The rule of 72 is a simple mathematical formula used to estimate the time required to double an investment or the effect of compound interest. The rule states that if you divide the number 72 by the annual rate of return, you will get an estimate of how many years it will take for an investment to double in value. For example, if you have an investment that earns an 8% annual rate of return, you can estimate that it will take approximately 9 years, 72 divided by 8, for the investment to double in value. Here's a trivia question. If you are 18 years old and invested $10,000 at an annual rate of 8% return, how many times will your money double when you are 54 years old? If you answered 4 times, you are correct. Now go ahead and double that $10,000 4 times. What answer did you come up with? If you came up with $160,000, you are correct. $10,000 becomes $20,000. $20,000 becomes $40,000. $40,000 becomes $80,000. And $80,000 becomes $160,000 from that initial $10,000 investment. That, my friends, is the power of compound interest and the basic concept of having your money work hard for you. Albert Einstein is often quoted as saying that compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world, and that those who understand it, earn it, those who don't, pay it. However, there is some dispute over whether he actually said this. Regardless, the concept of compound interest is widely regarded as a fundamental principle of finance and investing. The Rule of 72 is a useful tool for investors to quickly estimate the potential growth of an investment and to compare the relative benefits of different investment options. However, it is important to note that the rule is a rough estimate and does not take into account factors such as taxes, fees, and market volatility that can affect investment returns. Who came up with the Rule of 72? The Rule of 72 is a mathematical formula used in finance to estimate the time it takes for an investment to double in value. While the origins of the Rule of 72 are not entirely clear, it is commonly attributed to the Italian mathematician and economist Luca Pacioli, who lived during the Renaissance era. However, it is worth noting that the concept of compounding interest, which the Rule of 72 is based on, has been understood for much longer, dating back to ancient civilizations such as the Babylonians and Greeks. It is important to remember, the higher the annual rate of return, the fewer years it takes for an investment to double in value. Conversely, the lower the annual rate of return, the longer it takes for an investment to double. This is a simple but powerful tool for understanding the power of compound interest and making informed investment decisions. Compound interest allows for the accumulation of interest on top of previous interest earned, resulting in a greater return on investment over time compared to simple interest. I hope you enjoyed watching this video on what interest is, simple versus compound interest, and the power of the Rule of 72. Keep in mind, the key is to first learn the basics of finance and then build upon that knowledge. Learning about finance is a marathon and not a sprint. As you build on top of each knowledge learned, over time, you will eventually reach the wealth mountain top. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to our channel, click the like button and hit the bell for notifications. Stay tuned for my next video when I go over what is credit. See you all very soon, bye.